Welcome to Technology, Paul. Streaming video has exploded over the last several years. A recent report showed that over half of Canadians now subscribe to at least one streaming video service, with many accessing multiple platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Crave. This meteoric rise has led cable companies like Rogers to introduce new offerings to stem the tide of cord cutting, or at least to get in on the action. The product I'm reviewing today is Ignite Streaming, which is a streaming box as well as an aggregated streaming platform with content from multiple apps, centralized search and billing, and Rogers' seal of approval. In this review, I'll take you through Rogers Ignite Streaming to see if it's a revolutionary streaming platform or just another incremental service not worth your hard-earned cash. I'll give you the rundown on features, content, hardware, and more. Let's dig in. Rogers, of course, has a long history as a Canadian cable operator. They have offered cable TV packages and on-demand streaming for years through their Ignite streaming service. However, with the accelerated shift to standalone streaming apps like Netflix and Disney Plus, Rogers has responded, and they have now launched Ignite Streaming, a pure streaming aggregation platform. There's no traditional cable TV here. It's focused on bringing together popular apps with the addition of Rogers' own on-demand movies catalog. I first learned about Ignite Streaming when a Rogers sales rep called offering a promotion. So let's talk pricing really quickly. The standard price to have this box in your house is around $5 per month. I guess it's essentially considered to be a rental fee for the equipment. That said, they are offering this for free for the promotional period. In fact, it was better than free. With the deal I got, I was offered $10 off my internet plan and no additional fee just for signing up to get this thing. On top of that, right now they are offering 12 months of Disney Plus and 6 months of Sportsnet Now just for getting Ignite Streaming. So there's actually an incredible amount of value, as that's at least a couple of $100 of savings right there. I figured I was in a no-lose situation, even if I don't really end up using Ignite Streaming very much. All right, we know that Rogers is practically begging people to buy this box. So what does it actually do? Well, basically you just plug it in and start using it like other streaming boxes. What you get is a custom interface, which is the Ignite Streaming platform. It's a centralized place to access your popular streaming apps and Rogers' own on-demand catalog. One major feature is the aggregation of apps like Netflix, YouTube, Hayu, and Disney Plus into one Ignite interface. You can browse and search across services without having to open each individual app. This is actually pretty interesting to me. I'm not personally someone who is just looking for something random to watch, but some people are coming home, sitting down, and looking for something to watch. So this could come in handy, as you can see some of the latest shows or recommendations from Netflix and Disney Plus. Rogers must have a great deal with Netflix, as Netflix usually doesn't allow their content to be aggregated on other streaming platforms, like Apple TV, for example. You also have a universal search function that lets you search for titles, shows, and movies across any of the integrated apps. This makes finding content much easier compared to searching within each app separately. The service also provides access to thousands of on-demand movies through the Rogers library. These span new releases like Top Gun: Maverick to older classics. You can rent or buy movies a la carte. In some cases, there are even movies that are in theaters available for on-demand rental. Of course, the fees for those are going to be pretty high, but hey, if that's what you want to do, you can do it. There's a voice search function too, enabled through the remote control. You can press the mic button and speak to find content rather than typing. This is a pretty standard feature on many remotes, so there's nothing special here, but at least it works fairly reliably. Now, just to be clear for those watching, Rogers Ignite Streaming is quite distinct from Rogers' traditional cable TV service known as Ignite TV. While Ignite TV focuses on live TV channels, DVR recordings, and some on-demand, Ignite Streaming is a purely online streaming platform. And in case you're wondering, you aren't getting any live TV features from the Ignite streaming side of things. Ignite Streaming has 0 live sports, news, or other programs that you'd get through a cable subscription. Though you can get certain live events if you subscribe to an app like Sportsnet Now, but there is no DVR, no guide, or ability to flip between channels. If you cancel your cable but you still want some Rogers movie rentals and a unified interface for major streaming apps, Ignite streaming may appeal to you, but it won't satisfy people who want that cable experience. As I've mentioned, to access Ignite streaming, you need the Rogers Ignite streaming box. This 4K HDR compatible streaming device connects to your TV via HDMI. There is also an Ethernet port on the back if you want to hardwire your internet connection, though it has Wi-Fi as well. The streaming box has a sleek, compact design that's around 5 inches wide and 1.5 inches tall. It can be placed seamlessly in your AV setup. The included voice remote is decent. It's comfortable in your hand. You get a 4-way directional pad for navigation, power, and volume buttons, as well as a voice search button and a home button. My experience with the hardware was generally positive. The setup was quick and the streaming box interface and navigation is fairly smooth. Okay, so let's get into the pros and cons here. We'll get right to the point. Here's the good stuff. You get bundled billing, meaning your charges for certain apps like Netflix and Disney Plus get bundled into one Ignite bill, which can simplify the number of payments you're making for different apps and services. Right now, there are promotional deals as Rogers is pushing hard. You can get 6 months free on Sportsnet Now and 12 months free on Disney Plus, which is a pretty good deal. The platform aggregates content across apps into a single unified interface. And the universal search is great for discovering streaming content. You get a giant movie library. Having Rogers on-demand movie catalog integrated is a nice extra, especially for recent hit movie rentals. The voice remote is handy and works well. But while Ignite streaming has some pros, there are also some notable downsides to consider. There's very limited app support. The App Store contains about 20 apps total. Many popular apps like Apple TV+, Tubi, and Hayu are there, but CBC Gem, for example, is not. While most streaming platforms have hundreds of apps to choose from, being limited to 20 or so feels pretty restrictive. Even though this is from a cable company, there's no live TV. The lack of live sports, news, and so on makes it incomplete as a cord-cutting solution. This is a big one. There is also no AirPlay and no Chromecast. The lack of casting support means there is no video streaming from mobile devices. Lastly, you're going to sign up for the contract promotions, which is good but also bad. Getting the best deal often requires agreeing to a 2-year contract, so you need to ensure that's worth it for you. In the end, is Rogers Ignite streaming worth it? In my opinion, it offers some benefits, but remains limited in some key ways. Like most platforms, it has aggregated content across apps with the notable inclusion of Netflix. Plus, you get a unified search which delivers a solid content finding experience. The voice remote and bonus Rogers movie catalog are nice extras. Plus, integrated billing can simplify payments for streaming services. However, the lack of live TV is a major gap for a cable company. Missing features like casting support and a bigger app marketplace also hold Ignite streaming back from being a top-tier option. If you primarily want on-demand shows and movies from the most popular sources, it could work for you. But for wider home entertainment needs, Ignite streaming falls a bit short compared to competing products on the market. To be blunt, Ignite streaming, which is the hardware and the software offered together, is only worth it if you're getting it for free, and with the additional perks that Rogers is currently throwing in. Beyond that, most premium platforms from the likes of Apple and Google are going to be a better choice. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on Ignite streaming in the comments below. Have you looked into it? Do you think it provides good value, or are the gaps too much to overlook? Share your perspective. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all my latest tech reviews and analysis. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.